Thank you all for being here today. My name is David Yates, and I'm the Jefferson County Clerk. On Monday, my office filed a motion to intervene in the U.S. Department of Justice lawsuit seeking the release of Kentucky's unredacted voter registration list. I'm the first county clerk in the United States to file this action. Their request includes sensitive personal information for every registered voter in the Commonwealth. Information that Kentucky law explicitly restricts and explicitly protects. As Chief Election Officer for Jefferson County, I have the statutory duty to protect the confidential personal information entrusted to us by our voters. This lawsuit directly affects my office's responsibilities, and it is essential that the voices and privacy rights of Jefferson County citizens are strongly defended. Our motion, filed in partnership with the Jefferson County Attorney's Office, makes clear that releasing unredacted voter records would force our office to violate state law and undermine the trust voters place in us. Under Kentucky law, county clerks are the custodian of voter registration data, responsible for processing registrations, maintaining and updating voter lists, and safeguarding sensitive information. People need to feel confident that when they register to vote, their personal information will remain secure. If their most sensitive data is handed over unnecessarily, it could discourage participation and damage confidence in our democratic system. The Constitution deliberately gives states and local governments control over elections to prevent federal overreach by any president or administration. I will not stand by while President Donald Trump and the Department of Justice try to bully local officials into surrendering that authority. When the people of Louisville are attacked, we stand up and we fight back, because protecting local control is how we protect democracy. Given President Trump's record of attacking elected officials and voters, his Department of Justice demanding protected, centralized voter data raises legitimate concerns that it will be used to target lawful voters and purge communities for political advantage. My responsibility is to the voters of Jefferson County. That responsibility includes protecting their information, their rights, and their confidence in our elections. We're here to fight for our community, and we do it together in synergy with my county attorney's office here with me, and we have our county attorney, Michael Connell, whose office is going to be representing us in this action. County Attorney Mike, would you like to say something?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning. Thank you, Mr. Clerk. My office conferred with David immediately, and when we did, we started working on the legal side of filing a motion to intervene in what I would call the Department of Justice's spurious lawsuit against the Commonwealth of Kentucky, and which of course includes the largest county in the state, Jefferson County. The federal overstepping lawsuit directly impacts the clerk's constitutional and statutory duties and his authority and legal obligations to oversee the confidential voter information in Kentucky's largest county, among others. But my office is proud to represent Clerk Yates and the voters of Jefferson County as we seek to join in this matter in federal court. And now, at this point, I would like to introduce Sarah Martin, who is my second assistant and head of the civil division, which our staff there will be she'll be overseeing our staff's work in this regard. Thank you, Sarah.
Good morning. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Clerk Yates. Again, my name is Sarah Martin, and I'm the director of the civil division of the Jefferson County Attorney's Office. Yesterday afternoon, we filed a motion to intervene in the lawsuit of the United States of America versus Michael Adams and the individual board members of the State Board of Elections. This case was filed in the U.S. District Court in the Eastern District of Kentucky. Donald Trump has no legal reason to demand the sensitive and personal information of the voters of Jefferson County. It's an overreach by Donald Trump, and it's an affront to our democracy. We filed this motion so that Clerk Yates and the Jefferson County Attorney's Office will protect the integrity of our local elections and prevent the misuse of voter data by the Trump administration. Thank you, Clerk Yates, and happy to assist you in answering any questions.
We're here to answer any questions. Right now, the motion has been filed. It was filed yesterday, and this is our motion to intervene, and what that means is that make sure we have a seat at the table to defend the rights of Jefferson County voters.
Probably the obvious question about why you feel like it's necessary for Jefferson County to intervene in this case. Were you not confident that the state would defend itself aggressively enough?
Well, I think that I have an oath and duty to make sure I'm in here fighting. I'm admitted to the Eastern District. I've been a practicing lawyer for since 2006, and I know that I want to make sure that the people of Jefferson County voices are heard. I conferred with the county attorney's office, and they agreed. And no, I will not entrust the future of our democracy, protected voter information, secure information that has been entrusted to me, to a decision if we're not there to make sure that they're properly represented and fight for it. Obviously, we don't know what each individual arguments will be. There's some amicus briefs that have been filed by other agencies. We have standing to defend the people here, and you better believe that when they're under attack, we're going to fight back.
For Mike or Sarah, in very layman's terms, a motion to intervene allows Jefferson County to do what?
Yes. So a motion to intervene allows us to be at the table. Clerk Yates will be a party to the suit if the judge accepts our motion to intervene, and therefore will be able to submit pleadings, make arguments before the court, and protect the voters of Jefferson County.
Two-part question for you, for anybody, really is, you mentioned they have no legal reason to be doing this, but what is the reason they provided you for wanting this information in the first place?
I think if anyone's been watching, there's been a lot of different reasons thrown out there. And ultimately, the Constitution gives this authority and protection to the states and local government. They've done it for a reason, and it's to make sure that there's not overreach by a federal government. There's still the belief in local control and protection. They've been given information, all the information they need to be able to check and double check, but that they wanted unfiltered discretion, unedited, Social Security numbers, driver's license number, information that's otherwise been protected forever. This is unprecedented and unnecessary. We worry, and I don't think it's too speculative to believe that it would be used for political advantage and be used wrongly, potentially to purge large groups of individuals and then passing that burden back to the local areas to try to be able to prove back. That's not the way it's supposed to be done. We have numerous protections in place. And what we want to do is make sure that the people of Jefferson County, Commonwealth of Kentucky, feel secure, are secure, and they have their constitutional right to vote not unnecessarily infringed, and we're here to fight.
And the second part to that question is, you mentioned unprecedented, so I was going to ask, has anything like this ever been requested before? But it sounds like maybe it hasn't.
No, this has all happened, that we're looking at a series of lawsuits that have been named numerous states now. The states that were unwilling to give unredacted information, complete and unredacted, were sued, in a total of 29 states onto it. We're the first clerk office in the United States to stand up and fight back as it relates to our local records. And the reason is we are not only the largest jurisdiction onto it, but this directly impacts the duty that we have to our constituents. And I cannot sit by and let someone else dictate what their rights will be. I was put in this position to fight for them. The county attorney's office is our attorney, and they're willing to fight with us together, and I believe that we'll be victorious.
One of our sister outlets has reported that the DOJ has shared voter roll information with the Department of Homeland Security to search for non-citizens. What's your reaction to hearing that, and how do you think that knowing that's out there will impact your office in this lawsuit?
Well, I think that the fact that handing over protected confidential information in violation of the privacy laws that we put in place, knowing that they'll be shared across different government agencies and open into it, and unfortunately used wrongfully, is all the more reasons that we need to make sure that we're standing up and fighting back. I think that the Board of Election has done what they said they're supposed to do, and they have turned over the information necessary to be able to check. They've done everything required. That's not good enough. What they've said, they want complete unredacted information. Unfortunately, what we've seen is when that information is put in some of the AI system and other things, it has bad results. It also purges large information from individuals and can be used wrongly.
Is there any reason why you think the judge might not grant the request to allow you guys to intervene?
Now, if you read the motion, we feel really strong that would obviously there is discretion in the judge. We feel confident in that termination. The motion that was written, let me just first of all say thank you to the county attorney's office and to all of the assistant county attorneys that helped out on this one in the back and forth, and because I believe that we have made our case strong, and I think it's too important for us not to have it to see the table.
What would you say to other county clerks in Kentucky? Do you think that they should join this lawsuit as well?
Well, I think that we're making that argument into it. I think that I belong to the County Clerks Association, and we talk about how important it is. I can tell you that's a great organization of individuals that don't care about left, right. They want to go forward. They don't care when they put that hat on if it's Democrat or Republican. They're the chair of the board, their boards, and they care about the integrity of elections. And it's an organization that cares about our democracy and protecting the foundation of our democracy in elections and making sure they cannot be used as a tool to be able to dictate, change, and hurt people's ability to vote. And so while I can't speak for the organization, I will tell you that I'll be standing up and fighting with my counsel here to make sure that we're protecting that sacred information and that sacred right to vote.
Is Michael Adams also a part of your specific suit, or has support from Michael Adams' office on this?
Michael Adams was named as a defendant in this, along with the Board of Election and individual members. Our motion is to intervene to be part of that defense.
Dave, do you think this has a chilling effect on voters and trying to get people to register to vote, things like that?
The short answer is yes, and unfortunately I think that maybe that's some of the intention, that there will be a chilling effect. Right now we're working in Jefferson County to register people, to get people to involve in the process and let them know their vote matters, their voice matters, and to sign up. And unfortunately some of this scares people because you don't know what they'll do with the information. And to those individuals who may be otherwise second guessing whether or not they want to register to vote before the April 29th deadline, please know that we're fighting for you, that we'll make sure that your information is protected, and that your voice does matter. And do not let someone intimidate you from using your constitutional right to vote. It's too important.
What's the time frame of this suit, this legal action?
Yeah, I wish I could handicap that one. Yeah, it's complete discretion to the judge to make the decision.
After the elections, probably. After the primary, or?
Yeah. I mean, I learned a long time ago when I had my attorney hat on, when clients try to give me a timeline on what a judge is going to do. I'm leery to say. I thank each of you for coming out, and we'll look forward to keeping you updated as we work forward to win this. Thank you.